It's a championship-level matchup at Newman Outdoor Field tonight. The last two winners of the Miles Wolf Cup going head-to-head. The 2022 champion, FM RedHawks, hosting the 2023 champion, Kansas City Monarchs. The RedHawks coming into tonight looking to shake off their first series of the year, dropping 2 out of 3 games to the Lincoln Salt Dogs. The Monarchs, though, they come to Fargo with a perfect 3-0 record. The RedHawks off to an incredible start in the first inning, striking out the first 2 batters of the day. Kansas City making some contact here, but Sam Dexter tracks it down. The team captain snags the liner to complete the 1-2-3 frame. The RedHawk bats not taking long to get going either. Juan Fernandez fires this one to the gap in right center, rolls all the way back, rounding first and arriving safely at second. The first hit of the day for the Hawks is good for extra bases. Now it's time to go ahead and bring him home. Fernandez moving up to third, and Dakota Phillips rips this one through left field. The designated hitter trots home as the Hawks jump out to an early 1-0 lead. And they aren't even close to done. Peter Brookshaw up to bat for the Hawks now. The former Bison with a tough hit grounder of his own. This one to right field. I'll zoom in there eventually, I promise. This time it's Phillips rounding third, making the long trip home from second. The RedHawks leading 2-0 in the very first inning, and they'll finish that frame with a 3-0 lead. They're going to go ahead and hang on another couple of runs in the bottom of the 5th inning to secure a 5-0 win over the defending league champions. Dakota Phillips led the scoring efforts, while Brenden Heiss secured the win on the mound. The mighty righty pitched for 7 innings, only allowing 3 hits. This series is set to continue tomorrow. It's going to be their first matinee matchup of the year. The Hawks and the Monarchs meet at 11 a.m.